welcome or welcome back to my channel. My name is Liv. Today's yoga flow is designed for building strength because what's the point in being flexible if we are not strong? So let's get straight to it. We're going to start in a tabletop position. So bring your hands out in front of you, knees right underneath your hips, wrists right underneath your shoulders. Use an inhale to lift your chest, sit bones to the sky into your cow pose. As you exhale, round the spine, chin to the chest and tuck the tailbone under. Again, as you inhale all the way through, press the ribs to the floor, lift the chest. And as you exhale, round the spine. Come back to your neutral tabletop just for a moment. As you inhale, send your right toes to the sky, but keep your knee bent. So we have a bent leg behind us. And then as you inhale again, lift your chest. Send your toes as high to the sky as you can. As you exhale, curl that knee underneath the body. See if you can get your nose and your knee to touch or just get as close to each other as you can. Inhale again, send the toes to the sky, lift the chest, gaze forwards. Exhale to round, make yourself as small as you can underneath the body. One more time, inhale, lift those toes, keep the heel pulling in towards your bum. Exhale to round, doming the back, pushing the spine to the sky. Lovely, last time, send the toes to the sky as you inhale. Then leaving the toes there, right hand stays on the mat, left hand goes to try and find the big toe side of that foot and then kick the foot into the hand. So really push with the leg, squeeze through the glutes and the back body to lift and allow a little bit of tension through the arms to allow your front of your left chest to get a nice stretch into this one as well. Inhale, keep kicking, lifting. Exhale to release, let the hand and the knee come back to the mat. Sending the left knee up, keeping the knee bent, toes to the sky. Inhale, lift your chest, point the toes to the sky. Exhale to round, knee to nose or as close as you can manage. Inhale again, lifting the chest, reach those toes high, squeeze. Exhale to round. Then once more, as you inhale, lifting, keep pulling the heel in towards the bum, knee towards the sky, and exhale to round. Great, lift the toes back to the sky, coming into our tiger on the other side. Right hand reaches for the foot, trying to hold on to the big toe side of the foot, and then once you've got it, inhale, kick to the sky. Open through the chest, look forwards, squeezing through those left glutes. Keep the heel pulling in towards your bum as your toes push up to the sky. Inhale. And as you exhale, release it, let it go, back to our tabletop. So from here, send your right leg out behind you onto the ball of the foot. Press the heel away from you, seeing if you can find a stretch in the back of your calf. Keep pressing into the arms, pushing your body weight back, and then see if you can float the knee. Draw your knee up towards your chest. Get it as high away from the mat as you can. Keep pressing into the arms. And then from here, we're going to come into a side plank on the right. So we're going to roll the back foot onto the little toe edge. The toes of the top leg can rest onto the inner thigh of the right leg. So we're in a tree shape in our right side plank. Maybe the gaze can lift towards that top hand if the balance is with you. Good. Keep that right arm strong and straight. Push into the floor. And as you exhale, let the hand come back down, knee come down, and find yourself back into tabletop. Left leg, extend it out behind you onto the ball of the foot. Press the heel away and get that leg as straight and strong as you can, finding a stretch in the back line of the calf. From there, press down firmly into the hands, dome the back, see if that right knee can float. Good. Now, if the side plank feels a bit too challenging for you, don't do the top bent leg. Let your feet come together. But we're going to roll onto the little toe edge of that left foot. Right arm reaches to the sky. Either leave the legs in this tree pose, or you can put your feet together for a little bit more stability and strength. Your choice. Nice and strong for that left arm. Push your hips to the sky. Maybe take your gaze towards that top hand as well. Great. Breathe in here. As you breathe out, hand comes down, feet comes down, and the knees come down as well. Keeping your hips on top of your knees, we're going to come into puppy pose. So walking the hands away, bit by bit, thinking of sinking the chest down towards the mat, just lengthening out the upper body a little bit here, resting either your forehead to the mat or maybe down onto a block if the mat is too far away. Keep your sit bones pressing up, and then with your hands against the mat, press down. Push your palms down into the floor. Really, really, really strong. So it kind of gives your arms a little bit of a quiver because you're pressing. So we're trying to turn on the muscles of the shoulders at the same time as giving them a stretch. Good. Inhale. Walk the hands back in. Find your tabletop once again. Tuck the toes behind you. Lift your hips to the sky. Come into downward facing dog. If you want to give your legs a little pedal out to help open into the hamstrings, then go for it. Keep pressing the whole palm of the hand into the mat, broadening between the shoulder blades, thinking of wrapping them round towards the face. So the shoulders are staying nice and active. And then press your sit bones up, press your heels down. Find that length and stretch in the back of the legs. Great, take a nice big inhale. Soften and slow down on the exhale. Good. Holding a down dog for extended periods is a really, really good way to build strength into your shoulders, and it's sort of, because you're extending your arms, you're sort of going beyond your ears if you can, so you're finding strength in quite a range of flexibility here. So see if you can hold just for a couple more breaths. Keep the thighs pressing backwards, keep your face relaxed. Take one more inhale. On the exhale, look forwards towards your hands. Now we're going to jump forwards to the top of the mat. I want you to try and think of taking as much weight from your legs into your hands. So we bend the knees, load the springs. Hips go high as the feet land softly, thinking of the weight staying into the fingertips as you transition. Inhale, halfway lift. Hands can come to the shins so you can find that length through your spine. As you exhale, fold over the legs. Softly bend the knees so you can touch the mat, dangling the head. As you inhale, rise all the way up to stand. Reach the hand and gaze towards the top. And as you exhale, release your arms by your sides. Great. As you inhale again, reaching high, palms can meet above you. Exhale to forward fold, fingertips to touch the mat, press the pelvis to the sky. Inhale, halfway lift. As you exhale, hands to the mat, step your feet back, find a plank position. Heels are pressing back, tailbone tucked under, shoulders are rounding, so you're pushing the spine towards the sky. And then taking an inhale here, we're going to drop the knees down. Now this is a supported plank rather than a tabletop. Try to see the difference between a supported plank and a tabletop. We're much further back with the knees. So on the inhale, we're keeping the chest nice and long, pulling forwards. As we exhale, modified Chaturanga, shoulders are coming forwards, bending the elbows but keeping them very, very close to the ribs. Tailbone stays tucked under, so the hips and the chest move in one line, and we come all the way down to the floor. Then with an inhale, baby cobra, lift your chest, push your pelvis down, but try to find the lift with your back muscles rather than just pushing with the hands. The hands are just there to sort of give us a little help. Take one more inhale here. As you exhale, push back via your knees, and then hips back to the sky for your down dog. With an inhale, the right leg sweeps to the sky for a three-legged dog. As you exhale, bend that knee, draw it in towards your chest. See if you can tap your right elbow with the knee. Maybe challenge yourself and go for the armpit instead if you've done this before. Inhale, send the leg back to the sky, three-legged dog. Exhale, draw that knee under. This time we're going for the left elbow, maybe left armpit if you're feeling very ambitious. Inhale, all the way back to the sky. Reach through the toes, straighten out the leg. Exhale again, this time in towards the nose, through your centre. Maybe see if you can do the little tap. Then place the foot down between the hands and drop your back knee to the mat. Making sure your front knee is on top of your front ankle. Have a little rearrange. If not, lift your chest away so you've come into your low lunge. Hands can stay down onto the waist just for the time being as you allow your hips to sink forwards and down. Now, because we're kneeling on the back knee, if you have a sensitive knee, you might want to either double your mat up or put some sort of blanket underneath to give it some support. But we're going to inhale, send the arms up, palms to meet above us. As we exhale, bending the knee for the toes to come to the sky, bending the elbows for the palms to go behind the head. So pulling your heel in towards your bum, keep lifting your chest, and as though you're reaching your fingertips towards your toes, and one fine day they may find each other, but that's not our intention. Keep squeezing. Inhale, lift that chest, squeeze the heel towards the bum. Exhale, let both come back down. Hands to the mat, stepping the foot back into a down dog. Good, lovely. Again, with the right leg, as you inhale, send the toes to the sky. Let that top knee bend into the sky now. So the knee points towards the ceiling. Heel bends in towards your bum, so you're in a sort of twisted hip three-legged dog. Now you can choose to stay here if you prefer, holding a nice long body. Push through the wrists to open out the armpits, or we can flip as slowly as you can into Wild Thing. So start to shift as though you're coming towards a plank. With as much control as you can, see if you can place that foot onto the floor behind you. Then twist the body, the chest towards the sky, arm reaches up and overhead. Full Wild Thing, press into that right leg, push your hips to the sky. Inhale here. On the exhale, let's reverse. So we're coming back to down dog as slow and controlled as we can. The leg goes to the sky, pivot all the way round, and finally the foot finds its way back onto the mat. And then as you inhale, look forwards towards the hands. As you exhale, load the springs into the knee, hop the hips high, land lightly at the top of the mat. As you inhale, halfway lift. And as you exhale, forward fold. Inhale, rising all the way up to stand. Pull your belly in, reach the arms high. And as you exhale, release your arms alongside your body. I hope you're working hard, because I'm sure you can hear by my breath, I'm working hard too. So inhale again, reach those arms high. Exhale to forward fold, pressing the pelvis up, fingertips to find the mat. Inhale, halfway lift. As you exhale, hands to the floor, feet step back into a plank position and holding here. Keep that broadness in your upper back, that firmness through your belly, keep the tailbone tucked under. Inhale. As you exhale, drop the knees into a supported plank, and then slowly as you can, lowering all the way to the floor through Chaturanga, elbows glued to the rib cage, all the way down to the mat. Great, lovely. Let the hands stay back by your chest. Inhale into baby Cobra. Draw the shoulder blades together. Push the pelvis down against the mat. Keep the shoulders down away from your ears so the neck stays nice and long. Inhale. And as you exhale, push back via the knees, hips to the sky, downward facing dog. Allow yourself to take some nice deep breaths. Try and draw out the exhale, don't let it just rush away from you. Straight and strong through the arms, push the body back towards the legs. Great, we're coming with the left leg this time. So as you inhale, left toes to the sky for a three-legged dog. As you exhale, draw that knee in underneath you. See if you can tap your left elbow or higher up the arm if you would like more of a challenge. Inhale, the toes go back to the sky, three-legged dog. Exhale again, draw it in, come towards the right elbow. Doesn't matter if you can't tap it, you're just going in that direction. Go as close as you can. Inhale again, reaching the leg all the way high. As you exhale, come through the center, knee towards the nose. See if you can get the tap before placing the foot down between the hands. Dropping your back knee down onto the floor, and again, if you want some cushioning to go underneath your knee, now is a good time to pop it under. Front knee on top of the front ankle. Lift the torso away from the thigh. Allow yourself a moment to sink the hips forwards and down, just to allow yourself to stretch into that right side of the hip. And then from here, inhale, take your arms up, let the palms meet above you. As you exhale, the back knee is bending, toes to the sky, think heel towards bum. The elbows bend to send the palms behind your head, as though you're trying to reach and grab your own foot. Keep squeezing through your right glutes, pulling the heel in towards your bum so the whole back of the body is working to take those fingertips back behind you and the toes in towards your bum. Think of baby cobra in your lower back, that lift of the chest as you push the pelvis towards the front edge of your mat. Great, inhale. As you exhale, slowly let it go back down to the mat, hands to come down, and then stepping your foot back into a down dog. Great, big breath in. Slow the breath back out. And then again with the left leg, as you inhale, reach the leg to the sky, three-legged dog. On the exhale, bend the knee in the sky. Think of your heel falling towards your bum, a little bit of a twist in the pelvis as the knee turns towards the sky. Again, option to stay here, working on holding that down dog shape with the leg in the air, or exhale, coming over as slow as you can into your wild thing. So shift forwards towards a plank, slow descend of the foot to the mat. Once it hits down, push the pelvis high, turn the chest towards the ceiling and the left arm to reach alongside the ear. You can either take your gaze back behind you or leave it down towards the mat, wherever's more comfortable on your neck. Keep pressing the feet into the floor to find that lift in your hips. Inhale. On the exhale, we're going to return to down dog as slow and controlled as you can. Knee to the sky and then bringing the foot back down to your down dog. Great, again, take a few breaths here. Great, so from our down dog, we're going to come to dolphin, which is essentially down dog, but on our elbows. So first we're going to do one arm at a time. So we're going to drop the right elbow, then drop the left elbow. And my personal preference is then to bring the palms of the hands together, but you can also choose to leave your palms flat against the mat. I'm then pushing my elbows down into the floor, pressing my chest back towards the thighs, and my gaze is back towards the toes, so that the back of the neck stays nice and long. Keep pushing your elbows down, so you're trying to rise the crown of your head as far away from the mat as you can. Choose to see if you can stay here, or if there's a little bit more juice in the tank. Inhale the right leg to the sky, three-legged dog, well, three-legged dolphin. Dolphins don't have legs. As you exhale, let it come down, straight to the other side. Inhale, left leg, reach it high. Keep pressing into those elbows. Push your chest back towards your feet. As you exhale, let it come back down. And then we're going to drop the knees wide. Take a moment into child's pose. Big toes to touch, sit to the heels. Let your arms reach out and your forehead to rest down. Take some nice deep breaths into the back of the ribs, using your exhale to sink the body down and to soften and relax. Great, use an inhale. Bring yourself all the way up onto your knees, and then one of my fanciest transitions, just swing your legs around so you're going to come down, so you'll come to seated. Feet onto the mat in front of you. Reach your arms towards the front edge of the mat, keeping your spine as lifted as you can. So you're trying to keep this length between your hips and your ribs. And then as you exhale, slowly, you're going to start rolling the spine down, as though you're trying to let one vertebra find the mat at a time. Now really go as slow as you can here. You can feel that little quiver in the body as your muscles work hard for it. And as you roll down, keep that lower back pressing and see if you can pause when it's just your shoulders that are left to come down. So keep those shoulder blades drawing forwards, keep the arms reaching towards the toes. Either hold for a couple more breaths, or perhaps see if you can then reach your toes away from you into a hollow body hold. Press your lower back down. There should be no gap underneath your lower back. Inhale here. As you exhale, rebend the knees, let the feet come down. Let your shoulders and the back of the head find the mat. And take a deep breath, because that was hard. And so we're nearly there, guys. Keep those knees bent, soles of the feet onto the mat, hip distance apart. We're going to lift the hips into a bridge. So inhale, pelvis lifts to the sky. With that space you've created underneath the body, let your shoulder blades shuffle together. The palms of the hands come to meet underneath you, interlace them into a fist. And then press the shoulders or the back of the arms into the mat. Allow that to help you keep lifting your hips to the sky. And as well as the hips going up, you're thinking of the chest coming towards your chin. So keep pressing into the heels and the balls of the feet. Take an inhale. As you exhale, allow yourself to keep that lift, trying not to sink, and allow the muscles to soften. Now, either stay stationary or on your next inhale, see if you can lift your left leg. So you can do knee in towards the chest. If perhaps you're feeling even more energetic, you can try straightening out the leg, toes to the sky. Keep pressing into that right heel to lift up on that right side. Let that leg come back down. Keep lifting. Inhale, pelvis to the sky. Next time, right leg, knee in towards the chest. Maybe choose to send the toes towards the sky. Keep the chest moving towards the chin. The left foot pressing down to lift the left side of the hips. And then as you exhale, bend the knee, foot to the mat. Release your hands and allow yourself to slowly come back to the floor. And then from there, let your knees curl in towards your chest. Give yourself a soft little squeeze, maybe a soft little rock from left to right. You can let your eyes close here just to give yourself a moment to slow down, allow everything to ease off. And then we're going to take the knees, let them drop over onto the left-hand side, taking a nice supine twist. Your right arm can reach out alongside your right shoulder, palm faces to the sky, and you can turn your gaze to face towards that hand as well. Taking some nice deep breaths all the way down into the belly. Great, roll yourself back to the centre and then all the way over to the other side. Not hitting your surroundings. Knees to the right side of the mat, left arm reaches out alongside the shoulder, palm to the sky. Looking in that direction if it's okay with your neck, and you can use your right hand to rest onto the thighs to help them give a bit of weight to drop to that right side. Good, last couple of breaths, nice and deep. Great, let your knees roll back to the centre, hug them in towards the chest. Give yourself a little bit of momentum to roll your spine, roll on the spine all the way up to seated. That brings us to the end of the class. Hopefully you're feeling that heat and you're feeling that little bit more energised. Do feel free to leave me a review of the class or any requests of things that you might like me to cover, and I hope to see you back here for some more yoga soon.